From our studios at One Television Plaza, this is your Mid-Ohio Valley Afternoon Brief.
Good afternoon, Mid-Ohio Valley, and thanks for joining us. I'm Shyla Florence.
And I'm Jason Livia. We're back. We're still in dry weather around here.
Yes. It's cloudy, a little cloudy.
It is a little cloudy.
But it's nice.
But did you have a good weekend?
Yes.
It's a Monday.
It was
it's a new start of the week.
Yes.
What did you get to do anything fun?
No, I got a lot of cleaning done, but we did enjoy outside a lot. But
more than I did. I think I left my apartment all of about twice, maybe 3 times, and that was because, you know, I was sick over the weekend. So doing a little bit better today, but it certainly hasn't been a fun weekend. But we're also in June.
Yes, we are.
6th month of the year. We're almost halfway through 2026. I shouldn't be reminding myself of that because it's going to make me sad that we're already halfway through the year and it's going way too fast. But I know we were seeing plenty of sunshine earlier, but the sun really isn't doing all that much sunning right now if we look outside on the sky cam. Currently plenty of cloud cover over the area, but that's not expected to last forever. And these clouds have actually put a little bit of a damper on our temperatures, only in the low 70s. We should have been closer to the mid 70s this afternoon, but we're still expecting that a little bit later today. Winds are calm across the Mid-Ohio Valley, and from north to south, mostly those low to mid 70s, not much of a difference in temperature across the region, and we'll continue to very gradually warm up through the rest of this afternoon, getting into the mid 70s for a couple of hours before we start looking at temperatures cooling off towards those 50s overnight tonight. And eventually the clouds that we have in the air now will start to clear back up, and we are looking at a mostly clear overnight tonight. We're looking at plenty of dry weather and sunny sunshine this week. We are looking at getting warmer as we head through the rest of this week, and then maybe a green signal or two over the weekend. But I'll have all the details on why we're warming up a little bit later on. So it's a pretty nice week to start off our June. Yeah,
it's a nice calm week. Warm.
I'm looking forward to it, though I'm traveling to North Carolina heading into this weekend, where I'm seeing it's going to be in the 90s, and I'm not looking forward to that.
See, that's my type of weather, though. I like the 90s.
I melt in anything above 83. So 90, 91, if it's dry, I can live with it. If it's humid, just call me Elphaba and throw a water bucket on me. That's what I'm going to be doing this weekend.
That's right. Taking a look at some of our local news, an Ohio man is heading to federal prison for flooding West Virginia streets with methamphetamine. A judge sentenced 50-year-old Katra Nelson of Zanesville, Ohio, to 12 years behind bars Thursday for conspiracy to distribute meth in the Parkersburg area. Prosecutors say Nelson and a co-conspirator sold more than 40 pounds of meth in the region between 2020 and 2021, including nearly a pound sold directly to a confidential informant. Nelson has a long criminal history, including prior convictions for trafficking cocaine, marijuana, and meth. He spent nearly 2 years evading arrest after a federal grand jury indicted him in 2022. United States Attorney Moore Capito says Nelson has been a large-scale drug trafficker for more than 2 decades.
Well, a 15-year-old accused of shooting and killing a 17-year-old during an attempted robbery in Charleston has been arrested. The shooting happened last week on the 1500 block of Washington Street West in Charleston. Police say the 17-year-old victim had allegedly been shot by a 15-year-old juvenile during what investigators believe was a planned, isolated robbery attempt. The suspect fled the scene before police arrived. He's now being arrested and charged with murder.
All right, Mid-Ohio Valley, the performances are in, and now it's your turn. Watch the Star-Spangled Sing-Off entries and vote for your favorite now through June 12th. Pick the one you want to see represent the Mid-Ohio Valley as our local winner. Then on June 18th, we'll announce who's moving one step closer to an all-expenses-paid trip to Nashville. Well, they will film a performance that will air across the country. Vote now on WTAP.com/contest. Every entry and every vote counts. Show your hometown pride. Voting ends on June 12th.
Well, going national now, a new survey suggests the midterm elections could be anyone's game. The issue is nearly half of all voters don't really care for either major party. According to the New York Times Siena poll, 43% say they are dissatisfied with both the Democratic and Republican parties. That number increases as age decreases. Nearly 2/3 of respondents under 30 years old express dissatisfaction with both parties. What's unclear is exactly how this might influence voter behavior.
Well, coming up, we'll take a look at what stories our reporters have been working on. Plus, Jason Livia will have your full forecast.
Well, here's your first alert weather update with meteorologist Jason Livia.
Well, we're pretty quiet across the Mid-Ohio Valley today, and that will pretty much be the same for the rest of the week. And if we look at the current pattern right now, there's not too much going on. A couple showers moving to the southwest of the Mid-Ohio Valley, a couple over in Ohio. But as we head further towards the night tonight, a lot of that will move to the south, and we'll be seeing quite much drier conditions heading into the next couple of days. And there is a cold front farther to the south that will continue to push southward over the next couple of days, but we will be warming up as we head further into the week. And that's primarily due to this high pressure system that'll be coming down from Canada as we head throughout the week, passing right over the Mid-Ohio Valley, primarily around that Wednesday to Wednesday evening time frame before it moves off towards the Carolinas. Now, once it moves to the south of us, we'll start seeing some of the warm, humid air being drawn up from the Gulf Coast into the Mid-Ohio Valley later on this week. So not only are things going to heat up, we may get a little bit humid as well. We'll also be seeing some extra showers possible, primarily Sunday. Sunday is our current highest chance for any type of precipitation as we head into this weekend. But before that, we're seeing temperatures which have been in the 70s for the last week, jumping into the mid-80s heading into the weekend and then into next week. It's not going to get too warm, but still about mid-80s with a little bit of humidity in there, so you might actually feel it a little bit right around Friday and into Saturday when we start really seeing a lot of that humid Gulf air being drawn up into the Mid-Ohio Valley from the southwest. But that's still several days away, and we're still feeling pretty decent right now. 72 degrees on the Jandale Skycam, a little bit on the dry side, and the winds are still quite calm. You can kind of see the very glassy surface of the Ohio River. We're still looking at those low to mid 70s across the region. We'll continue to warm up just a few more degrees through the rest of the afternoon. So even though it's a little bit cloudy now, we should start seeing some of that clear up. So it'll be another nice evening to fire up the grill if you so choose to later on this afternoon to evening. Overnight tonight, we'll be getting down into the low 50s. We'll see a lot of the clouds that are happening right around the Mid-Ohio Valley now clear out, and it'll still stay dry. And then for tomorrow, we'll be getting just a little warmer into the upper 70s. Plenty of sunshine and a few clouds, and with the sunshine, so comes the UV index. We'll be getting up to about a 6, so if you're especially sensitive to it, it may not take too long to burn, but it's not going to be a huge deal for tomorrow. Just something to keep an eye on if you plan on spending a prolonged period of time outside. But after that, we'll be looking at those 80s returning as we head into the second half of the week. That'll do it for weather. Now, let's take a look at this.
Seniors from a North Carolina high school are going viral for pranking their principal by showing up in his basement.
You got me. 100% got me.
WXII reports Principal Brian Muller's family was in on the joke, helping sneak in nearly 60 seniors on a Wednesday morning to pull off the well-coordinated surprise wake-up call.
It was wholesome. It was fun. I appreciate it. Honestly, I took it as kind of an honor that they thought to include me in on the senior prank.
The students say it was a way to give back to Muller, praising him for his dedication.
He wants a very good relationship with every individual student. He wants to know your name. He wants to get to know you. He wants to make sure you have the best life in 10 to 15 years.
It was just really fun to be able to get to do that with your principal.
Mueller agrees and even made his own suggestion for the next crop of senior pranksters.
I told the class of 2027 next year they need to bring pancakes.
Speaking of a surprise, a meteor's startling entry into the Earth's atmosphere wasn't so much seen as it was heard over New England, prompting understandable reactions. The American Meteor Society says they believe a roughly 3-foot wide meteor caused the loud booms, which prompted multiple reports from residents. They also suggested it is unlikely the meteor hit the ground, saying it probably burned up upon entering the atmosphere. And finally, to a long-awaited exit. A bevy of baby birds have flown the coop, so to speak, after hatching in a nest that halted the sale of a truck in Kansas. The F-250 went from sold to on hold after employees with Olathe Ford Lincoln discovered the robin's nest, which was federally protected from being relocated at the stage they found it. The dealership complied, waiting patiently, and now reports they are finally empty nesters. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
I always love seeing those senior pranks that are the wholesome ones, that are, students pranking a principal by getting into their house overnight. Would be really creepy in the wrong context. For something like this, it's really nice and wholesome. And it reminds me of one that happened several years ago that went viral as well.
Yeah, I love a good wholesome prank.
Yep. I've been seeing a couple around on social media, and they've been really funny.
And you're from North Carolina. Did
yeah,
you know
that's actually not too far from my high school, because I was in the county just south of that, in Randolph County, in the Asheboro City schools. That's up in Guilford. That's the Greensboro area. But I'd say that school's only about 40 minutes from my house. So when I was seeing one of the hometown stations down there, I was like, wait a minute, how close is this to my house? Because that's one of my hometown stations down there. So, but very funny thing to happen. Yeah. And then the other thing, that meteor, while that package was going on, there's another fun fact that I don't think was mentioned in there. It also, if I remember correctly, actually caused a blip on radar and satellite, like the radar where we see rain, hail, snow. It actually picked up that meteor as well. Maybe the flash of light that I think some reported as well, that was actually also picked up on radar.
I was going to ask you if you knew about that meteor.
I had seen it over the weekend, and I was seeing all the weather people in the Northeast talking about it, and how it also like I said, appeared on radar and satellite when it entered the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's cool though. Well, to look at some of our stories we have going on.
Yes.
So Parkersburg, the city of Parkersburg is giving $25,000, or they did today, to seniors in the area to help with nutrition and transportation.
Oh.
Yeah. And then another Parkersburg story, there was a couple that lives in Parkersburg celebrating their 70th anniversary today.
Ooh, you don't see a 70th all that often.
No, so we got to speak with them. I'm really excited to see their story. Their party was on Saturday.
Okay.
And so we got some pictures from their anniversary party, and then actually went and got to speak with them today.
Okay, very cool. I think my grandparents are the highest in my family, and I think they are just above 50 right now, so they still got a while away before they get to 70, but they better.
That's still a long time, though.
That's still a long time. 50 years is fantastic.
And you don't
and 70 years is even better
anymore. Yeah. Yeah, and then over in Ohio, it's summer. We have safety towns popping up everywhere. Yep. But a fun story over in Beverly, these kids, there's 3 kids that painted the whole safety town themselves.
Ooh,
I believe.
That's really cool.
Yeah, one was 8, I want to say one was 12, and one was 15 maybe.
Okay, so
somewhere
a little bit of a range of ages there.
Yeah, so you don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
I'm excited to see what it looks like.
I didn't know the details. All I saw was, Beverly safety, the safety town.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what was all going on about that one.
And the head of it is retiring after this summer, and she's been doing it for over 40 years now.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, long time.
Very cool.
Yeah. So those are some of the stories we have coming up tonight. You guys will have to tune in later tonight to see details on those and to see what else we have that we've been working on. But that is all the time for today's afternoon brief. Have a great rest of your afternoon.